Hello juniors, and welcome back to Computer Systems and Programming. For this video, we're going to be going over your expectations for the rock, paper, scissors GUI. So the first thing I want to talk about is this tkinter import. So tkinter is a set of modules that we'll be using to make our GUI. So we'll have to learn a little bit about tkinter. So if you go online and you search tkinter, you'll find this tutorials point website that'll give you information on what tkinter is, how it works, and what you can all do with it. So tkinter itself is an object. We learned about object-oriented programming over cohort. So with this object, when you first initialize it, you make this window right here. Then with that window, you can place other objects, which for tkinter they call them widgets. You can place all these widgets that are their own separate objects inside of your tkinter window object. So all of these different objects have different attributes. So if I look at this first one, the button, you can click on it and it'll tell you a little bit more about it. You can say how to create the button, how to add different parameters to it with these options and what those parameters do. So the first thing you need to do when you're creating one of these widgets is put a master. So let's take a look at our actual code. If we scroll down on the top, we have all of the set of functions that we're going to use while creating our widget or our tkinter GUI. After you get done with the functions, you'll see that we enter the actual tkinter GUI part of the programming. So this very first thing is making a tkinter object. This makes a tkinter object, and we're calling it game. So we have this new window called game. Inside of this game, this first code is making a frame. So we have this object, this widget frame, and we're putting it in game. That is what the master does. So for every single widget that you make, you have to define a master, which is just the master window or the master tkinter object that you want it inside of. So we make this frame and we're putting it inside of game. So now we've got this object frame inside of the game. Then we use this .pack method. So this function .pack we can also find on this tkinter website, and it's at the very bottom, and it's just a part of geometry management so that you can use so that you can decide how you want to place things inside of your tkinter window. So for our GUI, we only use .pack. There is .grid and .place. We use .pack. It's the simplest of it, and it just allows you to choose left, right, or it allows you to choose the side, and you can go top, bottom, left, or right, and then it puts it there. So we put this frame, and then we put it on side equals top. So we put it on the top of the window that we currently have. So I want you to go through this program, this rock, paper, scissors GUI, and comment on all these spots that it says comment. So you have a comment box for each one of these functions, and then sometimes in these larger functions you have a couple more comments just because they're larger codes and you need more explanation for it. But then once you get done with the functions, you can do the comments for the tkinter GUI. And to learn more about the GUI and understand all the different things, you can go back to the tkinter website and look it all up. Now this is a complex program and it's very hard to understand the GUI, so feel free to reach out to me and I can go over with you all the different things, or send me any questions you have and I can go over it in the live stream. So for this assignment, all you're doing is going wherever it says comment and writing what that section of code does. So this first comment, I'm writing what this first function does. The second comment, I'm writing what this second function does. And then once you get down to the GUI part, you're doing this first comment, what this line does. The second comment, what this chunk of code does, and so on and so on. Again, this is very hard, so if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. This is getting into object-oriented programming, which is a higher level of programming. I know y'all will be able to do it, but you just need to reach out to me with any questions that you have. Alright, juniors, that's all I have for you this video, and I'll see you later.